as well. We see teams some for that, and it seems okay. You don't have as much ability to be tanky, but in a really aggressive place, but it functions as a support if you really go that way. So, and EG is definitely one of those teams that's willing to switch it up occasionally. Some weird stuff. But yeah, Tide is the core is typically a lot better for a hero against potentially. Well, Anchor Smash doesn't reduce the bonus damage that ET gets with his Spirit, but having damage block and Smash is a way to help offset that harass at ET. But we've seen a lot of Tides in the games we've covered.
S4 played the other day. We saw Old 11. Old 11 was incredible. That man, when he's in for a fight, he is in for the fight. The rest of the team better get there really fast. Yeah, he's been doing a really, but almost every Tide I've seen has had pretty solid performance. There's a lot of cool dueling combos as well with Tide due to minus armor. It gives you some Roche capabilities. The general team fight advantage stuff that Tide provides is just really safe and guaranteed disable on a lot of heroes once you get Blink. And then there's almost always. So having 2 stuns right off the bat for EGs.
5 seconds remaining.
Tinkerbans now from worried about. Ember Spirit Ban, that was something to be successful with on Abed. They have a pretty good win rate with that so far. And if you do have a playstyle where you want to poke a little bit and fish for the right team fight, Ember is.
A lot of skill at hero. So it makes sense that they want to remove it.
They had like an amazing game today, and then I saw them play a different match later on. Don't remember. I didn't get to see that game that I'm. No, it's still a pretty good carry. Not the most broken in the world, but not like it was a month ago. I really was disgusted with, let's say, a month ago.
The amount of damage that they could output, and I think
also farming super.
Right, ESL Fall was like insane. Watching this hero just suddenly everyone was just perfect build. You go with Maelstrom, you go with crits. Yeah, I'm glad to see it nerfed a little. Not in this game as well. I'm interested if OG might go for that Legion command as a support too. And that's very fascinating.
They picked 4 times and 3 support, and they won every.
I think one was tops and mid with it, which is very close to my heart because you know in SA that is the common thing that you'll see is a Legion commander just me mid goes right out.
It's a fun one, yeah, for sure. It's because you get so many more levels. It's a slightly different play style. You're closer on the map, so it may be easier to. They protect themselves on the EG side by banning out Slark. Very good hero against some of those offlaners. So Slark is gone. Would have been good with him. Oh, but OG's gonna go for a Hoodwink, and now they're gonna get to see basically the whole EG draft without revealing much of their own. They could play Hoodwink as a core. I think I've only seen it as a support myself so far. But Thompson classically did like playing it, but I'm not.
Very much a Soxa hero though too. Excellent with. I wouldn't be surprised. Again, it's a great patch. We're seeing a lot of flexibility. Many of the heroes could position. So Magnus, we've seen No Tail rock that Magnus as a position 5 as well. So really playing some 4D chess right now, and also I'm sure there's a lot of actual team meta between.
Yeah, for sure. They're in the same group, so they've been playing a lot of the same teams. Maybe you can get some of that information as well to see what they did and how your opponents use that for playing. Well, if we do this, this is how they're going to react, and using that information, possibly outdrafting them. EG here, gonna have to pick their next 2 heroes, taking their time to figure them both out. You don't necessarily want to pick the first one and then wait 30 seconds, then pick the second one. It saves you more time on the clock, but then your opponents have more time knowing what. So they're gonna go for a Disruptor pick first, and we'll see what they do. They got 30 extra seconds now by grabbing that one. Doesn't reveal too much. Disruptors felt quite good from the games we've watched, actually. Pretty routinely gives you nice advantages in some, especially against mobile hero Magnus, or being able to guarantee that they're locked down and you can secure.
Lanes are starting to shape up a little more now that Evoker picked up as well as the Disruptor. But OG responding very, very quickly. They know what they're here. And this is something that I thought was really having a discussion this morning. Hair and makeup done with Mr. Avo Plus. Wonderful fella. And
he's good at hair and makeup too.
Oh yes. Have you seen him today? His style, his fashion, like a bright pink jacket, very eye-catching. But we were discussing, differences.
5 seconds remaining.
Evil geniuses, they tend to be very know that they're going to gain control of the map very, very early on, or at least they like to. Not necessarily, you know, going for an all-in push strat, but they just have really good control. OG, on the other hand, controlled chaos. You're never sure where they're gonna go. You know, EG, I'm sure probably aware of this, considering, you know, they're one of the best teams in the world, but it's always a guessing game when you're playing up against OG, not only for how they're going to lane things, because face it, Thompson does crazy things all the time. No Tail likes to be very flexible. But also, they don't necessarily play the map the way that right? It's a mind game.
10 seconds.
Yeah, and that's very important because most teams now or basically all teams now are very good at restricting him. They show some heroes, and everyone else wants to stay off the map pretty much all the time. That way you have to play a guessing game. Where do we really think they're going? A lot of teams are great at scanning those out, but if you just play aggressive at various points on the map behind you, your opponents a lot of times have to just respect it and be like, well, you're there, you're playing aggressive, there's a chance, a good chance that your team's behind you, and then they gank somewhere on the map, the other side of the map instead. So it really just makes you split resources and makes your game become less. Certainly one of the reasons initially the first TI was extra deaths that happen sometimes. They can be worth it.
Can I tell you my favorite Eternal Envy?
He is a little chaotic for sure.
Hilarious. There was a game that I was doing, I think it was casting with Jenkins, and he was playing a bristle back, and he went top the gank, and he dies. And then like a madman, kept going top. Jenkins is like, who does that? Who fails a gank and then goes back again to try to get, like, it's just like, you know, we talk about games, we talk about mind games. It's very important. And because he's just so unpredictable, it caused a lot of people to, you know, reevaluate, like, how do we play against this guy? Because he doesn't make sense.
Yeah. All right, last pick from here. OG's banning out 2 carries, so they're expecting the monkey port. Is fairly likely. They did round out with the Juggernaut, which is pretty effective against Tidehunter in lane. You just have to get him a bit lower, then you go for the spin kill. And Anchor Smash doesn't work through Blade Fear anymore, so that's pretty nice to go for them. And they're gonna go for a Shadow Shaman. I don't think I've seen any other Shadow Shaman caught so far, but this is gonna make it easier for them to take towers. Monkey King is carry as a result. He's gonna likely against a Magnus. It's gonna be a little bit rough for Mag, but you can always. Or Hoodwink can cover you, so I think it's not going to be too bad for OG in that lane setup. But Shaman does give them some really nice disables that help them disable Jug as they're about to team. If they do that, it means that they're going to be able to disable follow-up, probably kill Jug. But now because of their support duo, they're like 2 squishy guys that don't have the Clockwork looks real. And how does this change things up? Basically, no difference other than Topson going to be playing Hoodwink. That's the big difference make. Mid Hoodwink. I haven't seen anybody else play Core yet. Maybe it's happened, but I'm excited to see how he does. Probably going to see your typical like Axe build that they transition into, but other than that, I mean, it's all fairly squishy, disable heavy supports on EG's side, so maybe a BKB for Topson is the other thing. BKB is great against Invoker, against Tide, against Disruptor Shaman, so maybe gets BKB to protect himself a bit, but they're going to have Mag Jug. That's going to make Jug feel way better. He doesn't have to do this like sort of slow Maelstrom and Manta kind of build. I like OG's draft, but EG's has a lot of good potential. Well, if Jug gets a bit behind, I feel like they're going to put pressure on the map. Monkey King carry. Tidehunter farming very aggressively. Ports putting powers. Grabs. Maybe a really good game.
Sure. I'm interested to see, too, the way, you know, we do have that Empower that Sub will be able to nail. I'm interested to see how OG play this, right? Because there's 2 ways of running this. You can have them just have Sumail off on the side, doing his own thing, and then have the rest of the team create that movement. Or do you play nearby and you have him join in early?
That's a good question, especially for OG historically. When Ana rejoined them, DC's near them thing was absolutely they stuck together very often looking for kills, and just to rotate over, drop a healing ward, walk over, do a spin, then go back to farming. He might end up playing near them a lot, but the fact that he has a Magnus makes me like he's gonna want to stay near Seb to get him power once in a while, of course, but makes me assume he's gonna hit creeps a little bit more abundantly, especially because he's effective if he can spin first.
Those lines have begun. It seems like everyone's very excited. We get to have fun dropped by No Tail. Was just the birthday boy as well the other day, so he's got to be feeling very excited.
First TI with birthday. I can relate to that a bit because in August, so it was like every almost most years during TI, it's like my birthday flaps in there somewhere.
Oh, really?
But now that everything's different, it's like they get this new special birthday
TI birthday.
Scrimming all day, watching replays, practicing. The best birthday you can have.
I mean, let's be fair. A lot of these guys, a good birthday for them is scrimming, staying in the room playing, you know, maybe getting through the...
Winning your scrims, the best day.
That is. Feeling good when you win. See, also, like, you know, just see that whole line of green. Good.
All right, positioned right now. Just maybe spot lanes. They're going to block Crit with this Observer Ward, so they can maybe anticipate start, but everything looks normal on the EG side. Everything normal on the OG side. A little pressure, though.
A little bit of pressure over onto Ice. Doesn't concern, but No Tail making use of that battery assault. Getting a couple whacks in.
That was definitely worth it. Gush back here. Crit's maybe going to give him a little zap on the way. Slaps, but good harass for Clockwork Blister. All right, trying to get into Arteezy's mind right here. Right.
Yeah, right. That must be so...
Yeah.
Absolutely. Man. You know what it translates to?
No idea, but I see that winky emote they're using with it.
Sassy. All right, so we have a matchup of Topson and Abed. Middle lane.
Other than the side lane, looks like Ice
is sitting so very low already.
That was No Tail running and going for the battery salting. He's doing a great job harassing Ice. They don't have a salve on Crit. They spotted this earlier, I think, with the Observer Ward. Maybe this is why No Tail went for that early trade, because he's having to tango up. Turn him a lot.
Taking a lot of damage early on. Saksa also sitting a bit low. Seb has already started those mind games. He's thrown out the high five.
The Gush bottom on No Tail.
Gush bottom. Crit trying to run away here. We'll throw out a couple more slaps. No Tail sitting very low.
This is really good what No Tail's done, though. He's gotten their HP so low that now Sumail's spin is actually a big threat. So that's why Ice has to play safe. Ice just getting his second last hit. Sumail's at a massive 5. I don't think they're going to be able to recover from this advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering. I saw that he was sitting low. I figured he probably wants a free trip. No health, no mana left. Not really going to be able to...
Yep, it's very important he gets on the map. More regen this way. He'll be able to bring back here. Crit doing his best to deny Sumail, but get some. So far, everything all right for both teams. Way behind because they don't want to contest against Sense. It's like the one lane that EG has a pretty decent melee hero. It's not going to feel so being able to separate him is great. So it's going to deny this creep. In fact, Fly didn't head over for this. This is going to be a big experience advantage for the starting lane. But they're doing the same thing, so they're also going to deny creep wave of experience as they pulled away. So they'll go even here. Both teams happy.
A lot of scrapping early on here. No first blood just yet, but you can tell that they definitely mean business, especially No Tail just continuously trying to just interrupt anything going on over on the side between Crit and Ice.
Topson might be going for a kill in the mid lane pretty strong, but it's kind of low here. He did just use his Acorn shot, just trying to tell in a really low point, but the fact that Topson's full regen and Abed is not, is going to make it hard for Abed to keep getting last hit.
Oh, No Tail is going to be the first blood. Ice has had enough of this little robot. Gonna take him out of the lane, so he's gone back to the fountain for the second time. Not this time of his own.
Tough one. Clockwork does a lot of damage, but he's not the most survivable. Just raw HP on him. And Shaman has a lot of damage. Having to worry about Gush is big. On the right side, it's not necessarily massively for the Ice. He's fairing out mangoes and things like that just to make his laning stage good right now. And that's kind of what he has to do.
Surprised that we're not. I guess you kind of need to stay in the lane now, but would like to see some of these stats being made for Ice, because he has been having a little difficult amount of harassment out to him.
I think Sumail just glyphed just to deny a range. That's how much he cares about little margins. So I'm watching him go for this last hit that he wanted so bad, and he glyphed it right before Ice to deny. There's the spin damage coming in.
No Tail trying to get into position, has a battery assault on Crispmill. Moving back though. Continue with these hits.
This is great. Really good damage.
Oh, this is a little bit spooky right now for Crit. He's going to go hold out the shackles, but
so
they've got the healing ward up and running.
Because Crit didn't have any more regen, actually. He just brought himself a win lace. So now he's half HP. He's got a nice wand, of course, and there's a ring of health on Tide, but they're again kind of winning the regen battle in this little trade of duel. So it's going fine for them. 20 last hits now on Sumail, 16 on Tide. Some small marginal advantages, but it's a big deal in some.
Pulling of the wave in that top area. Bottom lane though, no tail again with battery assault. Sumail clicking away, does have the spin, trying to get enough damage over onto ice, but still not able to go. Oh, there it is, there's the cogs. This is a very dead Tide Hunter. We're gonna go over to no tail.
It was close. He almost jukes the spin there, but they're able to catch up with the battery assault, get the great cogs with both of them stuck inside, so ice goes down. 1k advantage to OG right now, which is pretty severe. It might be on that edge, so maybe it looks a little bit more extreme. Good start for them in the
quiet time over lane though. Their levels, getting their last hits. Right now we're looking at Thompson 27 and 9 and Hobbit at 25, so fairly even. I'm interested though to see are we going to see wait, oh, Fly's courier right here. Are we going to see, you know, these rotations coming out fairly early, do you think? Or is it going to just be the Invoker just sticks in the lane the entire time? They try to send someone over. Gang?
Yeah, a lot of the games we've watched recently, there hasn't been too many, but this is a good game for it. Another spin going on Ice in the bot lane. Just it's a level 3 actually, so pretty good amount of damage here. No tail's gonna change it up a bit. Misses his cogs, fortunately, but hey, back to Ice, more damage.
Burning off some of it. They'll turn around with a shackle. Ice though will back off as Sumail is there with the healing ward yet again.
Little mana expensive. You do want to force Jug to do this. Spin mana.
Thompson blinking away over at Fly. He'll throw out the kinetic, but has a bushwhack. Couple more clicks to do it. Throws out the acorn, so as the vision socks are coming in, and that's a dead Fly. Oh, in the bottom lane, Ice gets caught in the cogs yet again. Sumail collecting the kill this time.
They are just pressuring here. Really nicely done by OG so far. That's going to be an EP that does land on Thompson, but ends his mana right before it gets burned. And he's doing fine, but
the rotation here from Crit. He's got the shackle to even bring the disruptor to make sure that this little squirrel gets kept in the cage.
Great rotation. 2 points in Hex there for Crit and really solid gank. That's the rotation value on these. Disruptor's not the best at rotating, but obviously Sean, great base damage, good disables, and he's able to get there and put wards down on the long way too.
It's a little bit too fast here, but you know who's nearby? It's Arteezy. And he says, I will take that, although it still goes over to Fly. We do have some nice stacks being built though over here on the side of OG. Very aware of.
There. I guess Jug's gonna kill with Empower, that's the goal. He's gonna go for a Yasha build. You can get away with this when you've got an Empower. An Empower offlaner. Spin for Harass on Ice, just to lower him down, but he's got Hood now. The instant Hood rush to lower the spin damage that Jug can deal. Otherwise he just gets zoned too easy. Put a mana, a wand here and there. Just has to play defensive. He is struggling. 24 last hits now compared to Sumail's 46. Jug really paying off here with Clockwork as well. Oh, and there's the Omni Slash bottom too, but it jumps to the neutrals. A little unfortunate.
Unfortunate for Sumail. Ice though is still climbing away, and we do have another whole little fight going on as Soxa is trying to run out here. Nice boundless landing coming out from Arteezy. I'm not sure they're going to continue to follow though. And this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see, now that Fly has noticed that they have all these stacks, I would almost like to see them maybe rotate up the Tide Hunter. Maybe not just yet, but definitely get us together, because he's having some difficulties in that lane. These are some bad stacks, like you said.
That problem though is that Tide's like the only guy that can take it, but it's the skill build. He's got 3 points in Kraken Shell because his lane is so hard. They can't easily do this. So yeah, Seb's gonna take it himself with help from Thompson. They both have Empower, but they're just trying to get this clean. Get the gold, get the experience, and more importantly, the neutral items. Getting them all in that first like minute period after they spawn is a nice.
I always like the neutral item pinata when you take a camp that's been stacked a couple times and they all just pop out all at once. Satisfying.
It's basically like giving everybody on your team Bracer at the start of the game, and sometimes it's even more powerful. It's regen, it's mana regen. Those kinds of things end up meaning you don't have to supply consumables anymore. Thompson again getting it here.
Dire's middle tower is under
Till being a little aggressive. Dire team scan in. They know that No-Tail headed over here.
They have great wards. If you look over in that middle lane there, you can see they've got the back of the tower covered, and they've got the front area. So any sort of movement coming out from the side of OG
is under attack.
Very, very in the know about it.
And that could have been just because they're worried about No-Tail's rotations, most likely. Because that's going to spot rotations between mid lane and the bot lane. So Topson and No-Tail both covered with these a lot of wards. But still a small gold advantage for OG, but it's not blowing up wide, so everything's fine now. Jug's going to be pressuring top tower by himself, though. Maybe we'll see EG rotate now that they see some heroes on the map, but for now, yeah, Arteezy is going to rotate and defend that now that he knows the ward's paying off for EG.
Though they want to try to secure this bottom tower on the side of EG, take away some of this advantage. And see, Seb is digging further and further into the tree line with the skewer. There's so many heroes from EG, though. This is not looking good for them. In fact, they're all here, and they all want to just get rid of Seb.
Not much he can do about that one. He could have skewered and tried TPing Invoker's.
There's too much.
Good chance he tornado for that anyways, so they're still going to play in the area, though. But yeah, Sox is kind of...
Tails also hightailing it out of there. Fly, though. Gonna get held into place. Abed with the follow-up. Looks like they'll maybe get the kill. Yeah, they'll be able to get the kill on Fly. So nice quick little pick off. Of course, gonna walk right into Ice. So it's gonna be a little bit of a trade here. Splitter going through the sharpshooter. The follow-up with the Ravage. Abed running for his life from Cement. Does have the Omni slash, but they're just chasing after Ice. Sox will collect that kill.
Dude, those punches from Elder Titan were beefy. It's got 3 points in Astral Spirit here. You couldn't even tell that's a tanky hero normally on the Tide. Got damage block, but who cares? He's probably hitting for like 150. You're blocking 40 of it. And they end up not defending the tower, but they got a bunch of really crucial kills. I mean, No-Tail traded his life for the 5. That gets him more levels, gets him to 6 a bit faster. It's delayed slightly, but he's catching up. Hobson gets a kill as well on crit, and then they also, Ravage gets burned. I mean, that's 3 great pickoffs.
This opens it up a bit more here for the side of OG. Rascal has the Omni. You want to protect this mid tower, though. It's very important for that Roche advantage. They already lost the top tower. Mail was allowed to just kind of do his own thing while they were making moves below. Smoke coming out for the side of EG.
Just keeping it loose.
Great net worth on those two. Thompson's Hoodwink and Sumail's Jug both sitting equal net worth. So even though Monkey King basically won his lane, it just felt like to me like he spent so much time running around, playing behind the tier 1. Maybe he just got less last hits.
Ooh, immediate spot though. This is a little squirrel that perhaps has spent too much time hiding over into the tree line because EG knew exactly where she was.
Yeah, they anticipated that one. They guessed or assumed somebody would be playing that area. Topson was hoping to get a cheeky solo pickup on Arteezy, but massively game impact. Instead, he's going to end up dying and giving Monkey a big net worth jump. Now they're equal in net worth. Kind of a big mistake by Topson, but excellent punish by EG.
I feel like this is textbook EG right now, the way that they're moving, trying to gank.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Full control of the jungle area after you've taken safe lane tier 1. You keep 1 core, ideally the tanky guy near mid tower, because he's the hardest to dive and kill. He should be safe to make sure they don't get to tower pressure, and now this just opens up a lot of area on the map for them. Surprisingly, Sumail, I assume maybe he would play opposite side of the map as well to be beat, but they feel like it's too much pressure.
Really going right for this pressure here. Thompson with the bushwhack, finds himself a monkey. Ooh, the hook shot, not going there.
A little too short. Could have been an okay grab there. Topson gets to follow up on that, but did they miss it? Not even that much damage dealt to the tower, to be honest. They glyphed it. I thought it was going to be fine against the wards, but once the creep wave came, not doing much. But I don't really blame Crit for going for that, because he's got Arcane Boots, so he had the mana, and it's not like they were going to get a great opportunity mid, so better to like force some rotations and get a little bit done here. But they're smoking. They're going to try to kill Topson here.
Z throwing out the Boundless. That gank in the other part though. Topson drop the Static Storm, and they'll get themselves kill Topson, and in the top lane, Smail find himself a kill on Crit. Soxa getting the final hit on Arteezy.
All right, pretty. Thompson, but they get 2 kills, so they'll be really happy with that, putting it on Jug. Thompson, again, very happy to self-sacrifice, and despite these 2 deaths now for him, his net worth is still looking really good because his team has also done the right thing and tanked the Monkey. His goes down, Monkey goes down, Jug goes up, and with Empower, it's only going to get better as the game continues.
Fortification has been used in the mid. That's the reveal of the blink over on the Ice. The shove back. He's going to try to negate some of this damage, of course, using that hood, but it's going to be just too much and overwhelm him.
They're not set up, so they get an easy grab due to the skewer back. Blink finished for Seb, and that's the power of Magnus. Pulls people out of position, and now the Fusel Blade's finished for Jug. He's queuing up Manta. He's already got 900 gold towards the last 2 pieces, so his trajectory is sitting so good here. Not being greedy at all. He's not just skilling stats. In some ways, not greedy yet. Doing slightly greedy, but he's so far ahead in net worth. He absolutely just wants, cares as much about slight HP increase.
It definitely feels like the way that OG is playing. You know, I asked that question earlier. Are they going to be like sticking together and having all these like kind of scraps, or are they going to send Sumail off by himself? And it feels like Sumail's been very active, so.
He has, yeah. He's been farming a lot, but now his team's rotating to him to fight, and EG's just been waiting for Thompson to show in the bot lane again. This is like 30 seconds for both of them. He's gonna spot him though.
Yeah, they just go, drag him right back with the shockwave, and it's a quick and easy kill.
And that's what EG wants. That's why Fly started moving there, because he was trying to anticipate a gank that would come over and possibly. He gets killed up, it's fine. That's exactly the move they want to make. But for once, Thompson read their play effectively and doesn't go in the danger zone. So now the gank goes on the other side of the map. If they were bottom, they're probably TPing away. Now he's going to run it.
Definitely. Crit already throwing out the Hex. Got the sharpshooter in place.
That combo is going to do so much damage because Natural Order is going to lower their magic resistance even further. So it's like this nuke that already is monster magic damage. It's going straight for Atos into Gleipnir on Hoodwink, so pretty easy disable setup.
Not bad baiting, no tail a bit here. They throw out the cogs. They've got the meatball, cold snap. Fear Vessel charge goes for the hook shot. He's gonna try to see if he can stay alive, or maybe at least just make some space. And he's looking pretty good right here. No, but the tornado will hit its mark. And in the bottom lane, Zeb. Well,
the big one bottom. Yeah, RT. But now with that. Fly committing ulti as well. They're smoke because they're trying to get the next fight happening. They've got 1 Boundless Strike hit left with Jingu Mastery, so if they can get there and start a fight like right now,
trying. They're beelining it over there. They see Saksa. They want this Elder Titan. Drop the Serpent Wards. It's like OG not keen on trying to defend this at this time.
Yeah, it's impossible. No glyph. Still 2 heroes respawning, so tier 1 tower does fall. But 5k gold advantage for OG, man, they are getting ahead. Now, there are some periods of the game that could be scary for OG, even if this net worth continues. Talking Cataclysm stuff, Invoker's got to get a lot of levels. He doesn't buy Midas, though. So his overall levels is going to be weaker. Transitioning from Crosswex to Exort is going to take longer, and finishing his Ags is going to take longer, too. So not the best position for EG to be in, if that is one of their win conditions, but at least RTZ's net worth is sitting pretty decent. Look at this. So Sumail's just starting Roche.
Yeah, he just walks right into it. But they do not have the RP available, though. It doesn't seem like EG's keen on knowing what's going on. They're just focusing on the side camps over here. So it could be a very free Roche for them.
Yeah, maybe a little greedy for them, but hey, they've got massive damage on Juggernaut. There's a Sunstrike.
Sunstrike. They know what's happening in the pit immediately.
It's too late, though.
Following up with the healing ward, and like you said, it is definitely too late. Sumail's going to grab himself the Aegis.
When you start Roche this early, like the damage you need to deal, when your damage is like this oversized for Sumail, like it is, it just gives him this opportunity to see early Roche. And all it was a couple bodies and he get it. So another big pickup for Sumail, more gold for his team. In the meantime, EG was just worried about getting jumped on or picked off potential trolling their area, and they just couldn't contest it. But they're behind in net worth, so it makes a lot of sense that
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Atos now for Thompson, so that's even more control that they're going to be able to add to these fights.
It's going to hurt Monkey a lot. He needs to move around and fights a lot, so being guaranteed disable on him before he gets BKB is a big advantage. Either him or Invoker, those nail.
I mean, Thompson has just been very, very good at realizing which tree that the Monkey thinks is hiding in. If you show that lane, it's already
I think that's another reason they picked Hoodwink, because you can get some nice flying vision with Acorn Shot. Bushwhack is going to catch people stuck to trees anyways, so Monkey can be there. And now OG's just going to pressure the top racks while EG tries to play for this 2 that has frankly barely been touched. They drop another Serpent Ward to get some damage in.
Go home.
And yeah, EG's going to maybe get this tier 2, but look what they're losing in exchange for. A lot of HP at 19 minutes.
Sure about this.
It's gonna they're set up,
they're trying to bring out the defending lapis. No, yeah, just spins to win over here. Still have that Aegis. Still haven't taken tier 2 bottom just yet. Ice trying to get into this position. The hookshot does not connect.
Okay. Could be better for EG to initiate now, knowing Block can't get disruption fight here.
But you're like, look at the positioning of Sumail and everybody else. They're sitting so far back. Just letting him, you know, be the brave guy up front. He's got the Aegis to hack the force right forward again, but he'll get a shackle. Crit just lets go. He's like, well, guys, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. I need someone else to come in with me. I need the rest of the team because we don't want to just blow some of these big team fight ultimates on just Sumail. Again, who has that Aegis. They're just literally watching him.
Oh,
that's just a very dead disruptor. Sumail seeing this opening now, going over onto Crit. The Hex comes out. Ice. Trying to get into position. Seb going in for the RP. It's a beautiful tornado. Crit, no, they'll take down RTZ. Ice now having to move away. So sitting a bit low. No tail throwing out the cogs. They have the Gleipnir over on the 2 supports on the side of OG.
What an advantage now. Some buybacks as well. The net worth goes insane. 12k advantage for OG at this point in the game. It's so difficult for EG to initiate on them, but with Topson getting that pick off, now the rest of the game is looking pretty straightforward. OG's not going to stop. They've got 2 full minutes left on this Aegis. Getting Aegis and then opening this up just completely changed the game.
They haven't been able to touch Sumail. You saw, like, Crit, at one point he gets the shackle off and then it just throws his hands up in the air like, well, guys, what am I supposed to do? I can't do anything else. They have a 98% win rate. Percent hope. Oh gosh, right into the back. It's right onto Crit. They know that he is a big part of that. They'll follow up with the Ravage, but where's the damage? Where's the rest of the team? RTZ joining back in. Let's get the kill on No Tail. Follow up with the Boundless. They've already got Socks and just running after. Look at that damage! Oh my god, there was an RTZ there, but the they just give up.
I'm not surprised. I mean, he had to get BKB because they've got to take this fight, but they've got an Elder Titan that's got Ags. He's got 4 points in there. So Monkey King walks in, 0 armor. It does not matter that you have lifesteal if you do not have any armor, because you're never going to win that trade. Never going to be able to take that fight. OG just opened the map like they got way too much net worth on Sumail. He had an excellent game. He's got a Magnus, so got accelerated. Monkey King was supposed to win his lane. He did okay. I don't think he got that many kills, if any. Probably one.
Welcome back, everyone. This is things that you don't want to have to worry about. And again, it is just a very good hero. Right?
Yeah, it definitely. So maybe getting that out of there for OG, their bases a bit. EG just do the old ban the heroes they picked last game method. So this is going to allow a lot of strong heroes in them. Snapfire's these are the heroes that are going to make it. One of them will not probably. Snapfire, Tiny, Monkey King are the most obvious one. Tiny ends up getting banned as the salute, so EG gets first pick. Will they go again, or will they grab a...
Give the monkey to OG, I guess is the... You give them their spirit animal,
That's
basically.
True.
Because that's a Thompson special right there. We've seen Snap play it. It's just so versatile. Yeah, they don't want to let it go into the hand.
Still flexible in the draft. OG to go for Snap Tide dueling. Very effective. What I feel like I've seen other teams open up in the circumstance, but maybe they have some other mad scientist drafts that they've approximate game circumstance.
I mean, it feels like forever since we've...
5 seconds remaining.
It's just been a long year.
It has, yeah.
Period. Them off. They've been working on, you know, redeveloping themselves, and this time they're going to go for the IO.
Force the up. So they're going to go for an IO strat. A lot of the times I've seen IOs, it's always like the first pick. See if they do their pairing. Almost every team that I've seen who opened up IO first, they would go second with it. It's the IO plus Storm is a great combo. Unfortunately for OG, they picked Storm. Maybe this is why EG was like, Monkey's going to pick the IO Storm combo. Or they could pick their IO pairing, or be more flexible.
Like most of the teams that we saw yesterday, especially Chinese teams, they did not put a priority on up the pairing right off the bat. Kind of forces, you know, Evil Genius's hero pool, like, okay, they have an IO, and IO has to pair with something, and then you have to immediately now decide what is something that I don't want to see. And luckily, you know, with Storm being taken out, the Tiny as well, and they just go straight up for the Treant Protector.
All heals and saves, basically.
All day, baby.
Treant obviously has great lane pressure if he wants to, as before he can work it well. So, but very similar principle. Healing your allies, healing your towers, saving them generally. And they're going to go for some tower push with the Lycans. Great common pairing that we've been beginning of TI. Everybody knows Lycan is good since last patch. He's a little bit weaker now, but still very effective in this turn. When paired with these melee carries that already are going to have the Overlord, then you buy the Ags, and then turn your already strong melee carry into a Wolf melee carry, who has max movement speed and 40% damage increase, with some chance to lifesteal back and forth. It's a good strat, and it's going to be effective no matter what the rest of their draft.
Absolutely wild too when you're seeing the wolf monkey jumping from tree to tree, and then all of a sudden, surprise, there you are. But a pretty classic ban when you have heal kind of strat going on. They ban it. Still other things that can definitely be effective against
10 seconds.
Scotty's very, very popular Spirit Vessel thing.
5
Another thing
seconds
too to keep in mind, since they do look like they're going harder for the push this time. Free armor is going to make it where you have to fully commit, generally speaking, to taking a tower, or else it's just...
Yeah. With that said, though, they're gonna have really strong Lycans, so, and a lot of it is just like clearing waves. So if you can clear the creep waves, especially safely, like Lycan can waves with his summons. Push the creep waves, let the creeps get on the tower. Tower will be... but it is nice to have the tree armor to be able to offset that without having to fully, because that's what's so strong about like Lycan and other summon-based split heroes. You can summon somewhere to do your dirty bidding while you still kind of play with your team. So having tree to offset that isn't going to feel the worst G, I don't think. But the one negative about their support duo right now is typically the case with them is that they don't pressure the lane very well. You can definitely pressure Lycan. Tree, I think that part's going to be okay because Tree does have some good offensive. But usually a lot of the Lycan lanes we end up seeing, they just put some like blah hero with it, and then the other lane's like, well, we don't have to worry too much, we'll also put a blah hero here, and then just nothing, they both just farm. So if they can pressure him out of lane and maybe slow him down a bit, it could be nice. But from what we've seen so far, with no team really aiming for that, my assumption is getting this farm.
I'm curious with what they've got going on here. You've got the Eye, you've got the Treant, they took out the 8. Is this possible that we're going to be seeing a Morphling added onto all?
It would look good considering the AA is banned. Some teams even are banning A in the first place. For some of the series we caught, there's the other common support, the Snapfire. fine.
Dyer's banned now.
But they've got both supports already, so it makes it the best one. Tide gets banned here. They ban out Bristleback and the Troll as well. Troll would have been fantastic against Lycan for mischance / blind. Whether or not it's a monkey 4 or a monkey 1, either way, the mischance would have been nice against guys. And finally, a Bat Rider ban. So they go for Gyro as the IO combo.
And again, we see the IO and the Gyro, so usually that's exactly the pairing, right? There's always the chance with OG we're going to see something completely crazy. But what would you say the percentage chances that Surrendered straight up?
Gyro? I would say relatively high. It's a pretty good Gyro game. Flat Cannon against Lycan Wolves on the stage is cool. Good way to basically cover your support a little bit from that Lycan damage, because once you get them to like half HP, any like hero that summons in the lane, like Enigma or whatever, it's all about just like lowering the HP the summons, can't harass it. Whichever one you attack, they run that one away. Well, it's like a game, but Flax is just gonna like get them all pretty low. We'll push the lane also, but you know, ultimately taking the pressure off could allow them to pressure.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Of course, it could be tops and mid playing it, but that's not really that common. I think it's just much. It hasn't had the highest win rate. We have seen. We did see one very successful IO Gyro. It looks like it'll be all right. Silencer and Ember though for each. Ben last game phase said then. Hobbits had some good 3 games, 3 wins. So it'll be great for poke. The limiting mobility of the enemy squad. Silencer is going to be great for offsetting counter initiation, or potentially saving yourself.
5 seconds remaining.
Could be impactful. Delay tree armor, delay overcharged.
Growth, which
a lot of overthink. Call down.
That's
my favorite way to call it.
That's not a thing. I guess it makes sense though because it is overhead.
Good way to basically cover your support a little bit.
Silencer, no, everybody knows. I hate this hero so much. I hate him so much. He's the anti-fun hero. We have this beautiful game called Dota 2 where you're different heroes and press spells, and Silencer's just like, nope, you don't get to do that.
Did you play Dota when Silencer had the last? That was the his aura was like every time you cast a spell, you were silenced for like 3 seconds. It was an aura. It's like every fight you're like, cast a spell, sit around. Cast a spell, sit around. It was. Thank God they removed that.
That stupid hat. But you know, one of the things I was talking with Fogged about is a lot of the sign up saying, you know, he's good for the laning stage, right? He's very good and able to kind of, you know, put that harass out. But once we get into the later game, run into all these neutral items that are able to do spells, no problem for them. So it feels like right now Evil Gene place a lot of early pressure onto the map, but when you look at what they have too, they've got the D push over on OG, you've got of course the tree and protect. I feel like that's going to be a bit difficult.
Yeah, they might not be able to like pressure towers really effectively, but their ability to like poke and skirm. You basically just want to maneuver and look for the right opening, and the moment that OG is about to be in it, that's when you go. That's going to stop even things. But what's really cool now about the OG draft is you got somebody playing a core. IO Tree or Tusk are hitting creeps. If I had to guess, I would say Tusk 3, which we did see Beast Coast play around with. And I went on this like, it took about 15 minutes of the total cast time, but I talked about how cool Tusk Eggs is, and you just never built the damn thing. This game, it's actually still a decent Eggs game. They have dive heroes Lycan and Monkey King. Tusk Eggs legitimately is pretty 10-second cooldown. The kick range isn't like half the map like it used to be, but it's very easy to cast now. It's not based on where your 2 heroes choose the direction you kick. It's how kicks work, guys. It's obvious.
But who's he kicking this time?
Monkey King. After Monkey King jumps in, initiates, pops BKB, you kick that bastard back into the tree. And yeah, he's going to come back because he's got good mobility. But if he dove in that way in the first place, Primal Springs, if it's Lycan, it's going to take him 2 or 3 seconds to run. It's legitimately good. If I don't see it one time at TI, despite Tusk being picked.
10 seconds.
But I'm
you gonna put something on the line with that? Are you just gonna say that, or are you gonna actually like bet something here?
I'd be mad and bad. Me saying it on broadcast is already betting. What are you talking about? So
I'm just saying, if you were Kyle, you would make sort of outlandish bet right here, right now.
No, people force Kyle to say and do.
No, nobody forces him to say anything. Kyle just says things.
Kyle does Kyle.
I think he was running around naked in the snow.
Allegedly. I didn't see it. Don't want to see it. And if it was my mind, I would be.
Now that you all have that beautiful image in your head.
Tusk 3 is being dabbled with a bit. We saw Beast Coast play it. They went for a leave into Echo Saber, into Solar Crest, into Halberd. I would love to see somebody fit an Ags in there, probably as a second item. But maybe you won't see it. Maybe it's just Tusk support. Maybe it's going to be the IO3 that's been rumored, but I haven't seen it played yet on main stage. Teams are trying it in pubs and wherever else, but I think it's more likely.
This would be the team to do it.
It would. I think, and it could also be. Yeah, it's one of those two. It's probably IO or Tusk guarantee. It could be Tree 3 kind of. They're gonna grab an Ursa, so no matter what happens, like laning against the safe lane is gonna feel weird, and that's because Ursa's looking at this. He's like, IO 3, I'll fight that. Tree 3, I'll fight that. Tusk 3, I can fight that too. Tusk 3 is a little bit more dangerous, but Ursa's certainly.
10 seconds.
So he has to deal with tag team issue. Tag team could be great, but for the ice shards, perilous sleep, be able to get out of their shot. But that's a little spooky. Silencer Ursa looks, but if they go on the Silencer, definitely kill. And Faceless Void's their last pick. Guaranteed lockdown. The fast Lycan throws.
All right, moment of truth. Come on, tell me what this 3 is over for the side of OG. Geniuses is fairly cut and dried.
They do, or by the way, so a bear Lycan, werebear. That's pretty terrifying. Crit on a max move Ursa that it also attacks max attack speed. It's like insane. That's really spooky. I haven't seen this combo yet. It's going to be an IO3.
Lane.
Let's playing it. So 4 position Tusk. We're not going to see an Ags. I'm glad I brought it up again. And
someday, buddy, it's going to happen for you.
Eventually,
it's going to happen. And then you know what? He's going to kick that IO so far that he's not going to be able to come back to the fight. And you're going to have this moment.
That's true. God. There it is. Finally, Tree plus Faceless Void as a safe lane against the Lycan Monkey. That should give Void some really Leech Seed and armor, depending if they need it. I like that. Tops and mid gyro. That's a little bit wacky too, but against an Ember Spirit, it's probably gonna be fine. He should be able to farm relatively fast, push out the creep waves with Rocket Barrage and Flat Cannon. He's gonna cost him as much like he won't or as normal. And then later on, IO can pair whoever he wants. He's gonna have save stuff. He's gonna be able to get Greaves a lot faster due to B3, so he's gonna have silence if somebody gets gone on. He's always locate. So I think there's some really good things about what OG's lineup can do in the mid game. Lane stuff, I don't want to be IO against an Ursa. He does have good base movement speed. It's not necessarily the worst. Tusk has save potential shards and snowball, so Soxa should be able to stabilize IO.
I don't want to be an IO against an Ursa, and I don't want to be an IO against a Silencer. It's just.
Yeah, but you're going to plink him back. And the other nice thing is he's going to tether Tusk. They're going to do tag team to get this bonus right click, and then they're going to overcharge. Both of them have like 50 extra attacks. So tag team damage is actually going to be.
Also want to be careful not to get overly aggressive against an Ursa.
Prepare for
well, but perhaps if the Silencer.
All right, so making their way across the map. Let's see if they get anything other than pausing, of course.
So what do you think? Are we over under 20 minutes for this? Actually, let's say 30, right? Are we over under 30 minutes for this? The last one was incredibly fast.
This one's gonna be over 30 minutes, I think.
So?
Neither lineup is like ready. Well, okay, the one lineup that could like death push, there's a little potential on EG because of the Lycan, but OG is more likely. They've got IO, they've got Tower Hitter, that kind of. They've got lots of heals. Those lineups usually will function well for mega pushing. So I could definitely see. It could happen, but I think it's much. Unless somebody like blows the other out of the laning. Should be a bit of a longer. Both teams gonna pick creep. Can't wait.
Very, very excited, of course, for this match. Love to see a very hyped match, and perhaps one slight. Now that we've said this, of course, we're going to have like a 90-something minute game.
We prayed too hard for a longer game.
Prayed too hard, and they gave it to us. Be careful. No. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff. Seb already starting that BM like he likes to do, being sassy, dropping sprays. So you can hear our lovely crowd cheering
they're excited
softly in our ears
it's
right now.
It's a big match. Kind of a cool itemization for Fly right away. Rush the buckler. Instant buckler. 3 armor for himself, 2 for his allies. Help the laning stage. Sumail. Gonna be Jingu'd up here by crit with the Venom, and now maybe. It's fine. 1 more hit. 2 more hits. 3 more.
Turn to start punching right back at crit here. No-Tail doesn't seem to care at this point as crit bouncing, pogoing away.
All right. Moment they back is when he slaps him 1 time on the booty.
Slow again. Look at No-Tail. Come back here, crit. All right, fine.
Okay, no
fine.
booty slap.
No booty slap. Sorry, Purge. None of that. Is headed off to their respective lanes.
Get any salt in your lungs?
Thompson's gonna have a bit of a damage distance. It's already gotten 1 creep then. It's about 9 behind. Gyro's damage classically very low compared to a lot of other carries. He's gonna have to do stuff like this. Use Rocket Barrage to help him get a last hit. He's getting some of them. He's fine.
Quiet just off that here. Seb just tethered up to one of the creeps.
That creep
Keep
living.
That distance. Keep the distance too. Crit top lane, putting a lot of just harass out. Immediately getting dished back. I love these lanes. I love because they're like so aggressive. They're just slapping each other back and forth.
Love lane fights till it dies. It's the Arteezy taking quite a bit of damage so far from all those attacks from Fly trying to stabilize him a bit. I think this is why he went for the buckler actually. It's because they're a little bit concerned about the tag team damage because they are going to attack really fast with over. It's giving Arteezy more armor. It's kind of similar in the headdress vein, is that he's just going to help stabilize him. He's got 10% more HP from any regen he gets basically, and also from. So it's just going to help keep him alive and stabilize in the lane because Silencer can't really stop them from. Doesn't have a stun. In some ways they're slightly countered in this matchup, but if EG does get some space, gets a pick off here, they can definitely get a kill. They're fighting bottom.
Are indeed. So again, it's very difficult to get overly aggressive against something like an Ursa. Very, very powerful during the laning phase. Those stacks up as well, so.
Yeah, and he went for really early overpower here. Yeah. Most Ursas don't do this. They go Earthshock instead because it allows them to secure last hits, but with overpower being only 30 mana, it kind of guarantees that not only can he get some of these last hits that he slaps a couple times, he spends less time getting ready to last hit it. And in these very small skirmishes, like these 1 second, half-second trades, he's doing much better for damage output. Because normally you just beat anybody with Ursa, right? You hit him enough, but you don't want to fight for 5 seconds against tag team. It's just way too dangerous. So this build adjustment is really, I like it for him.
Despite all the slapping that we've had back and forth, still a fairly quiet game. I think we didn't see the first blood until about, what, 3 minutes in or so?
Yeah.
That it's away.
Arteezy in a little trouble bottom. Gets tag team sharded in. Sox is going to have to run away now. So they both lose regen, but naturally that's going to be way better for Soxa with the IO pairing. It's basically a salve worth, and they're out of regen here. They're running some more out though. Salve, a mask of Morbid Mask, sorry, coming for Arteezy, and that's going to make a big difference here. Despite all this fighting, he's still gotten great last hits. And now when he fights people in these big trades, he's going to get 50.
How worried are you if you're OG right now because of the fact that Arteezy just, despite having this threat, still just farming very, very nicely. And he is going to become a big problem.
It's fine. Like, they're still going even in the lane. I wouldn't necessarily say big problem yet. Like, Ursa's wrong hero.
He comes online faster is one thing that I'm concerned.
He definitely can, for sure. But they've got some saves, they've got relocate, they've got heals, they're gonna have tree arm probably. Maybe not right now though. No-Tail actually went for the Leech Seed. Makes a lot of sense. Great for a trading ability. It's gonna heal both him and Void. It's gonna make trading with Monkey King feel so much easier.
Quiet in this middle lane, that Thompson's just back off. He's going to try to do a little farming on the side. No-Tail, a little bit careful here. Rest just a tiny bit, but
seems fine. He's got mangoes in the case, ready to do more Leech Seeds if he needs. Crit isn't going to get this like really nice abuse that Monkey King normally does with Jingu mastering Boundless Strike, so that's all going fine.
Oh, bottom lane, Fly. gonna end up being first blood, but Sax follow, and Arteezy just doesn't want to bother with Seb. He's just gonna continue to hit these creeps.
Okay, so they went the other way. Every other fight they were pressuring Arteezy, now going on Silencer instead.
Top lane to Crit. Oh, there's a bash, and he's trying to negate some of this. Finds Boundless. Crit's gonna live.
Low chance of time lock catching him there, but hey, either way, good pressure. And frankly, if Seb lives for these fights and gets kills, he's... First blood was on the OG side, so they get a little bit more gold from that engagement. And he's approaching fully locked at only about 500 to trading with Arteezy again. Lost half HP.
Oh, the shards!
Soxa so ready for that perfect placement there, right in front of him when he's away. And this dual lane is so scary. With Orb of Venom as well, like his ability to just keep you out of position is strong. You can't fight it.
I have to say, Soxa, every time that I watch this guy, I always feel like he's got something where I'm just like, wow, he's such a good player.
He is. Always been really...
You should rethink
The next level, very high MMR.
Shards again. Seb tethering up here. Put out the spirits over onto Arteezy. Snowball coming in. Are they going to go for this dive? It's like they're going to try to. It is a little far, that's for sure. Soxa is going to take some tower damage. Seb, though, nearby has that tether. Right back up again.
Tower hit set him a bit even in that trade, but either way, Arteezy just got back to the lane and he already loses 2/3 of his HP. Dodges the shard, so his South keeps going least, but things are looking okay for OG down here. The amount of pressure they're putting on are getting him behind in last hits now. 25 versus 69 of Seb. And the Holy Locket's done at 6 minutes. Holy crap.
Is that a new record, do you think?
I feel like it's gotta be. He's got first blood plus a second kill. That's really quick.
IO too.
If it's IO3, it's definitely possible, but man, very quick. So now they just have this like insane wand advantage. And the charges come back every 10 seconds. So just getting way more wand charges than them, and the heal is going to be insane.
Crit the top lane. Grabbing the leech seed, but we're going to follow up because Abed makes his way to the top lane. Sees Sumail and that living armor. Not going to do anything here as he also throws out. They still high five, you know, no hard feelings, but Abed will get himself a double kill.
Great rotation, very successful. It's the one lane they can definitely pressure, slow this down, but Ember being able to dive all the way. The double kill from Abed is going to accelerate him on.
Lie, he is trapped in the shards. He's trapped with Soxa and Seb, and it's yet another kill for the offlane IO.
Unat Mech, level 6 almost for IO now. And it just gets better. Every level, they get another tag team, boom, more damage. On Spirits as well, so that he can farm as well as damage in these exact moments. We'll see where Arteezy goes. He's still sticking in the lane, and it's better for his teammates to take the damage than him, typically. I'm gonna go Treads here, not phase one. Attack speed as possible. Could mean that he's gonna spend a lot of time jungling versus laning because the lane is so hard. Treads is just an incredible jungle. Yes, compared to... And there's a relocate top.
There is a relocate top. Ice is not looking so lively as he will get taken out by Soxa, and you can see Crit just bounces away, says, oh here, I don't want anything to do with this. And they're just gonna go right back down to where they were.
That is so powerful. The fact that you can do that, like normally it's like you're bringing your carry somewhere. This is the offlane and the 4 who love to be active anyways, and then they just go on this Lycan who's supposed to be tanky and annoying to kill, and he just shredded like paper. Couldn't even tell the guy had armor.
Well, Wolves need no armor, but...
Definitely does this game against level 3 tag team.
Definitely does. I think I'm worried a little bit when I look at Arteezy. You know, he is sticking up in the lane, but I feel like even if he were to leave, right, if he were to try to go in jungle, they would just continuously hunt him.
They certainly can go follow him in jungle. So definitely Soxa, something Soxa is going to likely do. He's got outs with Snowball and Shards. So yeah, if he does go jungle, they can pressure him. But with that said, we'll safer together.
He's continuously bouncing. Abed also with rotation and fly. This is going to be a dead no-tail. Very nice moves moving around here. Out here from EG, definitely needed to start putting the pressure. But while they're doing that, Topson will put pressure on the middle tower. Teleport away, go back Up top with the rest of the team, the call down, followed by the snowball over onto ice, with the tether. Ice, he's very, very fast. They need to find a way to contain this wolf, and they do have the missile. It's gonna take a while. It doesn't quite manage to outrun it. And there it is, the very satisfying thump right at the end.
Yeah, I just thought it was gonna stun him, but he's maxed out homing missile, maxed out rocket barrage, maxed out homing missile. Didn't care about the flat cannon like we talked about because he wasn't in lane against the Lycan. He's just all about casting spells. Very
careful. Crits here, Obits here, flies here, and pretty soon Smail's not going to be here. Silence, one more hit, and down he goes.
Obit absolutely the one holding the game together for each because he's getting these great rotations after OG punishes so effectively, and he's got 4 of his team's kills so far. Gets the bottle refilled as well. It's going to keep on the map longer. He's got Maelstrom and Sumail just dying a little bit here, unfortunately. But the rotations are very effective. Sumail, the lowest net worth core. But hey, the rest of the map, things are going well for OG. And even if Sumail's a rough game, they've got another carry, baby. Gyro's going to transition.
High 5 in the mid lane. That rocket going right for the head.
And a little bit of a weirder item on Thompson, but Drum. AoE movement speed item. It gives you HP and more mana pool, but most importantly, these charges are so effective, and speed's great on Gyro. He does so much damage with his spells that just positioning better is really advantageous, and he's looking for a kill.
Oh, he's definitely looking. Finds himself that Centaur. He's got his eyes on some bigger prizes, though. The call down. They've got their vision on fly, so that will be able to finish him off. And now RTZ, though, joining into the fight. Those flash charges, though. Ice, running away. Nice balance, though, over on the back line. Followed up with the overgrowth. In comes the Ember Spirit. Ice will fall. RTZ looking to get as much damage as they can. Can they get it? Oh, no, it's the nice Chronosphere coming out from Sumail. They'll be able to hold him right into place. Get the kill on RTZ.
He's alive.
And he's still alive. Crit, though, over on the back line. Running for his life. They'll get the root over onto Thompson. He's somehow still alive. And they're chasing after Ovid. They want this to fly jumping in. He's probably just going to die for this, though. They turn right back around again, get a nice high 5 off, and eventually Fly gonna get hit with that. Misses not even the missile necessary.
Oh, the fact that Thompson was able to live during that fight was huge. Drum, I'm sure, made a big difference, but Ursa runs in, he pops his ulti, but Tree drops the Nature's Grass, so he lost the majority of that just trying to get into the fight. And Gyro target acquisitioning well, hits the back lines. You casted like 4 rocket barrages there. These things do like 600 magic damage per use. That's a finger of death dealt to heroes.
Yeah, we can see the replay over here. The way it opens up, that focusing over on Fly, they want to get rid of the silencer. In comes Arteezy, and it's starting to look really good, right? He's starting to get some of these stacks of no tail. Right in this position, though, waiting so he can get that overgrowth off over onto Ice, and everyone else. So Ice. Chip down. Abed coming in, trying to just find his angle, and look at this Thompson right over here on the side. Still manages, though, to stay alive thanks to this IO, thanks to the living armor.
What an engagement. They did that so well. Get the chase going. Silencer feels the need to TP to save his friend, and he ends up dying as well. And 2K gold advantage now for OG. EG's still in it, certainly, but the fights have been going a little bit rough there. Certainly, you know.
What exactly is going wrong in these fights for?
I mean, the main thing for EG was just that it was good that they moved up there, but Silencer died right away. Basically got no effective spells off.
Charge.
Relocate as well.
Going for the reload. They do the global silence. Yeah, do find the kill on Thompson.
Oh, wow.
Nice find. Walrus punch over onto Arteezy. Not quite ready to go into this battle, wants to farm.
They see him TP in mid, so maybe they can make a move with this, knowing that he can't show up. They could go invade top potentially right now. You know, they did lose relocate. They lost Thompson. Thompson, who it wouldn't be Thompson without the gyro diffusal blade, guys. So he's going for it. Drum into blade. Pretty weird, but it's good against a lot of their heroes. They're all like draining Ursa's mana, massive, right? No more overpowers. You can't Earthshock around the fight. He doesn't have a huge mana pool. Lycan, kind of similar things. No more wolves. Against Ember Spirit, also very good. Don't let him jump around in remnants too often if you do get a disable off. So that item can certainly be effective here. It's something that's going to allow him to do more mid-game impact than something like I'm going to slowly build Aghanim Scepter. Just a utility that's going to provide is really effective.
Oh, yeah, they do manage to knock down the tree, so nice margin.
Keep it PMA.
On one another.
Build is cool on no tail as well. Maxing out Leech Seed, more AoE heal. which if it hits the person that's dying, they're going to be saved. And if it also hits Io, it's like a freaking mech.
So good.
It's literally better than a mech in terms of healing output. If he leech seeds the guy that's killing a gyro. It's a really smart pivot here for no.
Feels like they're trying to bait Soxa. Punch, he's got the living armor, and this is looking like Fly needs to get out of there much faster. Rolls right past him. They'll get the kill on the silencer. Crit's just hoping they're not going to look too closely to this.
It's good for him to have vision anyways. That way that they can spot to see where what they're doing next after the kill. That's why these wolves are here, for example. But they spread out, get their efforts done.
And delivered now to the gyro
the courier here.
He wants it. Yeah, he's manages to get him. He's gonna get two. Chase him. Get him. No. Oh, this little puppy. He's a little too wounded. But they go right into the Roche pit on the side of OG. Defusively completed now for the Ursa, but no one's gonna be able to get here in time. It's just going on way too fast.
I was like looking at items and stuff, and then I look at Roche, it's like a sliver of HP left, but they bought the medallion on Seb as the third item. They have tag team for damage. They've got defusal, which is a lot of damage. Easy Roche kill. They're gonna get this courier too. Anything but on Monkey, there's a big booster on it, so that's gonna delay his Spirit Vessel. He didn't quite have it finished. Not the end of the world, but still a good kill. They backdoor the tier 1. No Tail's looking a little dead though.
Yeah, No Tail's not looking healthy, so find themselves an opening.
I'm surprised he almost ultied there. That definitely would have been a mistake.
Yeah.
No getting out of that one. Oh, relocate top.
Relocate coming in hot. Find ice. There's going to be the global silence, but Male running right on over here. Wants this kill. Io tethering right on in, and it's a dead Lycan.
I mean, that's a great usage for a global silence, is just stopping the relocate everything. Don't let them get those easy setups. In reality, they're just trying to do it a little safer. So global being offset is not a big deal, but it is useful in this match for the power of silencer. We haven't felt it much, but he's trying to cover his team, give them advantages. But EG's still farming well.
A lot of couriers that just died here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, EG's just killing every courier. They're very angry at their owner.
They're putting wolves in the lane, and then they're putting monkey in the trees. So when they go in the trees to hide the wolf threat, there's a monkey threat waiting for you.
Old bait switch. Big stack though getting taken by OG. The family that farms together stays together.
Good item.
Neutral item pinata effect. Everything just falls out from that one stack camp.
Rofo, Brigand's Blade, Sumail catching up and net worth pretty well, sitting at 7.5. Not too surprising. Ursa usually farms decently well with this common diffusal build. Not as good as the old Battle Fairy days, but it's just too greedy. So Sumail's also been able to catch up despite the slightly rough laning stage due to all the odd-bed rotations. But top net worth, it's Thompson's just at about 10k. Glyph gets popped, but they're not leaving. They're definitely going to take this one as well.
Nice efficiency too. They end up digging up one of the bounty runes, will be able to bottle it, and then just heal up as well. What do you think, dude? Are we going to see a base crack in 20 minutes?
It was kind of looking like it right there, but they want to defend their tier 1.
Going back, Soxa, first one to show up. Try to push them off. Rooted into place. Our TZ wants his kill. Should be. Oh no, they've got the snowball. It's going to be able to just roll right back on over, and Sumail's ready with the Chronosphere. Starts whacking away over on this Ember Sphere. Does he have enough damage? Oh, with the bashes! He does! Seth toining up there. Now the follow-up. Thompson finds Fly. We'll get a kill there. And No Tail with that overgrowth. They've got the reload. No Tail most likely going to die. Although maybe he's not. He's actually still alive. Arteezy is the one who's going to get tables turned on him. Wolves, though, chewing all on this wood. You know, they like a big stick, but doesn't matter. Seb being the Wambulance, coming in hot and keeping No Tail alive.
OG just making the plays. They're doing moves that seem kind of dangerous at the start. Like Soxa runs into 4 heroes, and I'm like, all right, I haven't seen a team do this all tournament. Like, be careful, you know, be aggressive by yourself. But it bought them time. It bought him a circumstance with the defensive snowball. He knew his limits. EG gets a little overbaited, and Sumail does a solo Chronosphere. I'm like, surely this isn't good. Like, where's the damage? Well, if there's nothing, but he got just enough damage in there to kill the Ember, and then from there, it was just dominoes falling, man. They set it up so well with these aggressive moves, and EG half commits and loses a little bit more advantage.
Looking like their TI form. Abed. Got 2 things going. Crit looking in the back line. They want to get rid of Seb. They realize that he's very, very important. There's the silence. They should be able to finally take him out. Thompson putting out some more damage over onto Fly. Has to be careful. There's plenty of EG heroes in this area. Of course, he does have the Aegis, though. He's feeling very, very powerful. Look at the damage he's just outputting. Fly, barely able to stand here. One more hit, he's going to get taken down. Stops on the back lines. Gets taken out by Arteezy. The follow-up now tops in. This Aegis is going to get popped, my friend. As the rest of EG wait patiently for him to come right back up, and they will give him a big old bear hug, and he's not going to be able to teleport out in time.
Was a good try, but the Ursa's damage is too high here. And without the IO, Gyro got some effective damage in, but I can't help but think he was just being a little bit too resource careful. He could have used Diffusal Blade to keep the Silencer slightly more to the right, but he went for the dive, and it took a little bit too long to kill Silencer there, as a result losing Aegis. So there are moments where your aggressiveness is going to hurt you. That was one of them for OG, losing legitimately like 2 to 3K from those deaths right at the end.
A lot of these back and forth fights. We've got around a 1K net worth lead going to the side of OG. Just been scrapping, I feel like, non-stop. Yeah, I have not seen them chill and just go farm really at all, other than Arteezy occasionally hitting a camp.
Or Sumail. Sumail hit a lot of creeps the first like 15 after the laning stage. He just needed to catch up a little bit. He's almost got to BKB now, so he'll be all right. But Fly maybe.
Fly again. Saksa and Seb making their way over. Walrus fight with the tag team. That is a kill. Saksa.
Pickoffs, plate mail on IO as well. It's going to help cover him against the Ursa with the Dragon Scale as well. More regen, more armor. He just wants to be able to survive because he knows he's the most vulnerable guy. But he's in a good place. The fact that he feels comfortable buying armor and not just like Ghost Scepter, don't let you hit me at all, means that he's feeling okay about his net worth. It's going to overall make it harder for Ursa to get kills on him as the game continues. He's got armor right now. After this Lotus Orb, I bet he buys a heart or something like that just to really amp up his HP. And that's when Ursa's going to feel like a wet noodle first like 10.
Coming out from OG, they know that Abed is nearby. Sumail, smoke will pop. Go forward. No, it's already Hunt.
Never refuse good, forgive it.
There's no one else really home down in this area. We have, of course, the Wild Bear. Thompson popping the BKB, turns right back around. Walk outside of the Monkey King ultimate. Wolves should be able to deny the Invis rune.
Pretty well done. Trading Monkey support ulti for Gyro BKB is great. The global silence being lost is a little bit rough. It did save Crit's life. Rocket Barrages would have given.
Thompson gets hit boundless. Arteezy coming in hot here. No tail. Waiting patiently. And go back in if necessary. Look at that hit off. But these wolves are crunching away over at Thompson. They're going to have to push them out. In comes Seb, though. Fall with the overgrowth. They've got the snowball. Can they control Abed? It's looking pretty darn good. But he got the Yule. Do they have it? Can they get it? Yes.
Diffusal pays off. He did not have enough money to throw the Remnant right away, so he's forced to Sleight of Fist. It wasn't enough time to get him out. So great punish there. It looked pretty iffy for Thompson there. Another really crucial move was when Ursa jumped forward to go on him. Thompson used Diffusal Blade, so he couldn't gap close that last like 200, 300 units, and thus wasn't hitting Thompson. If he was on top of him, Arteezy would have been super happy to continue the fight, but he realized that slow, it was not a good time to pop Ursa ulti. He tries to disengage, he pops it anyways, and then Abed eventually gets collapsed on by the rest of OG covering top.
So I know that we have the BKB picked up on Arteezy. I think is exceptionally needed when you consider what's being thrown at them. But I still feel like they're being very efficient and able to fight him.
They are. BKB is going to help a lot. It's going to allow him to save and rage until he really needs it, like pre-Chronosphere or to lower status resistance on some big stun. So it's absolutely going to help. He needs it. Otherwise, there's just too much disable that's going to mess with him. Overgrowth, for example, you can't necessarily, like, he wants to save. He could BKB, Overgrowth comes out, then he enrages afterwards. You need both, basically.
They have vision over on Abed. You have to go through this backdoor protection. The creep's not quite there just yet. No tail. Teleport away. No, he's going to stay here. Root Void into place, but look at this heal coming out from Seb.
Mech and the other items. Survivability of these guys is huge. Taking turns, Tether and everybody.
Push them away.
Well, this is 4 minutes later than last game, but they're going to play this one safer. Look at the top
They
push.
back off. They do smoke play, though. They're going to go for the reload. Silence over. Ice already in that wolf form.
Nicely done.
So, back off. Gonna get chased down by the zoo if he's not careful, but while this is going on, they still have it. Oh, nice boundless, though, coming out from Crit, slows them down. Arteezy joining into the fight. Thompson a little bit slow. They're down to Nature's Grasp if they try to follow, but look at the Seb is just constantly keeping them at least 90% health or more, it seems.
They end up defending the tower. It looked a little hairy. The global did save Ice for sure. Tuska was able to catch up. It very possibly would have been a kill, but they hold him off. But the Black Dragon heads back towards the top lane, so...
Oh, crit. 3. Time up in the air here for Thompson. They just cannot seem to get them to leave. RTZ realizing, okay, I guess I'll go Roche. He's trying to figure out what on earth he needs to do, because OG is knocking and they are coming at you with a battering ram at this point. There is no denying them into your base.
That's gonna be right. They just don't feel comfortable fighting into it. It's too difficult. They get the Aegis, unfortunately a little bit later than they would have liked, but it's a good thing to do for RTZ, honestly. The fact that he can just solo Roche on his hero, perfect for this game circumstance. He would have loved to do it last game, for example. He's like, we're not fighting this, so I might as well get some good objective. And getting Aegis is a good thing. Starts the timer, gets the next one up faster. Lycan's finished Ags now. It's okay for them to lose a Rax at this point. In fact, they are ahead in net worth. So this might look a little reminiscent of last game. It's not the same. He's done a great job keeping their net worth on all of their heroes. Those early Abed rotations stopped it from getting out of control, but this one, also gonna work.
Abed immediately says, absolutely not. But yeah, I would say definitely, they also have, you know, more potential to be able to push out lanes. Very mobile right over on the side of EG. You've got a Lycan that continuously, you know, tapping at the door, and of course you've got Abed on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, he's much safer to push in side lanes for at least until OG gets some like disable item, but I'm not sure if they will. They're very much planning for like high ground forced confrontation things.
Toying a little bit with Abed. Put off over on the side. Considering does have the blink dagger, force forward over onto No Tail. Global Silence not gonna be enough to save the tree. IO now, Seb, he's there it is. There's a Chronosphere coming out from Samel. Seb gonna tether back over to Thompson. It's the flak off. Not quite enough damage though to finish off with that Chronosphere. So these dogs are just chopping away over at Seb. He's still quite healthy though. Gonna back off though. The Monkey King ultimate slowing them down. Soxon trying to fight through. He cannot do it. Got the living armor over on Seb. Not gonna be enough to save him as well. EG coming in fierce, but Thompson with the BKB fly taking so much. So is Arteezy. He is going to pop, as will Fly. He's coming back up again. Abed though, slicing away over on the side. Will be able to take down Samil to find another kill over on No Tail. Soxa is not looking good either.
She's playing this fight so
ball up. Soxa with the Essence Ring. The jump forward. It's a triple kill now for Arteezy. Thompson forced to just immediately teleport away down the bottom lane.
Incredible fight for me. They just played the poke game so well there. They move in. They put some pressure on the tree, who's a little out of position. OG's thinking, oh, we gotta save this guy. They put some effort into it. And like the moment that Lotus Orb got used on tree to save him from the slow on Ursa, Ursa runs in, Diffusal Blades him, Lotus gets used, then there's Global Silence. So now it's like you can't remove the heal or remove the silence from IO to cover him. Here's the clip once again. There's the disable. They're going to stun him. Watch for the Diffusal Blade. That's going to slow him. The Lotus Orb comes out. Instant global silence, so they clean up that kill. Now he can't retether, so he's taking damage. They have to chrono here, but there's not much damage follow-up. And Seb is trying to help Ursa be effective, but they didn't have much catch-up. And again, Seb tethering away. Okay, he's going to be all right here. But a hairy moment here for him. Did relocate briefly to the fountain because they need to get here as soon as possible, but that was just looking for kills, so that'll buy them time for their team to respawn. No chrono just yet though. Great fight for EG. 7k gold advantage, cost some Aegis, but that was about it.
Take a look at this Dota plus win probability. We're looking 59% to 41. A big shift here.
No, it's looking good for him. The Lycanthrope Ursa was really terrifying. Again, the max movement speed is hard to deal with for OG. They're playing with a lot of slows. They have some disables, of course, but Ursa has the solutions to those now with the BKB. He's also got the Shard as a result of that last one fight. So more enrages for free on this guy.
I think this goes differently if in the last fight, when they landed that Chronosphere, Thompson wasn't sitting at the bottom part of the river.
Yep. But they were a little too spread out. He needed to be there to like DPS from the start, hopefully. But even if he was there, it was probably Ursa that's the guy that's taking the damage. And even if you kill him, he's still able to respawn. So I don't know if it would have made that big of a difference. The biggest thing is just that tree died pretty quick.
All the pings going on. Soxa just walking past Arteezy, gives him a little love tap. Throws out a couple spells because guess who's on his way? It's Sumail. He's looking to get out as much damage as he can. They'll go for the Chronosphere, ends up, holding Sox into place. Global Silence comes out though. Zabit zipping through. This is not looking good though. They'll get the kill on Arteezy. Lots of these slides coming out from Abed now. They're holding him into place again. There's going to be a Yules. Seb joining back in. He's going to be able to heal up. They'll chase after this Ember, but they just can't quite get their hands on him. Too difficult. So for Bash, hoping, no, he's not going to be able to get there fast enough. Seb will go for a reload.
That was the return of the reload shown up for that fight. Very helpful, but I'm surprised Sumail was able to do enough damage. I don't even know if they used tag team there. It wasn't on cooldown after the Ursa was dead, so it just kind of seemed like Sumail alone, and everybody ran into it, but it was more than enough.
What sort of prize is this?
And another item being picked up soon for Arteezy. His death is going to slow it down a bit, but wants to get the Scotty, and Scotty's going to be really good against Io. He's a ranged hero that loves healing. It's the perfect item against him. Going to be really good against Gyro as well, so timing's coming up here for EG, but that kill actually really close to net worth up.
Vantage going over to the side of EG.
Strong.
Side of OG. Reevaluate, probably wanting to wait for the overgrowth and the Chronosphere to come up when EG, again, they want that Scotty, but they also have a better skirmishing ability if they find someone who's out of place. In fact, they actually go for the smoke play because they understand that these big cooldowns or big ultimates are now on cooldown. So now's the time to strike. Take advantage of how skirmishy they are.
They've got pretty good grab potential. Nacy and Lycan is great auras. Output.
Look at how they back. They're like, no one is showing on the map here. They've got to be going for the smoke. They go for the scan. Immediately find where they are over in the triangle position.
Break smoke, ready to force staff high ground in case anybody gets spotted here. Play it safe. They know they're still, both teams very much still in the game, but in this exact moment, until they see EG, they're going to be scared. And the upside to EG, Summit push. They don't have to know where they are, they just know there's something. Mail going to show on the creep wave.
Out by Crit, spending that time in the tree. Very good from OG, actually standing in front. However, they know now that there is a smoke.
Oh, big
Those shards coming out over on the side though. Arteezy is going to be able to finish off no tail. Yes, they are. Global Silence will pop as well. Crit on the back lines with the Monkey King Ultimate. It's going to be the next one to fall. Seb himself a Ghost Scepter, so he's going to stay alive a little bit longer. The chase is on. Beautiful Chronosphere coming out from Sumail, and they're going to be able to hold this there in place. They'll take down Arteezy. They'll be able to go and take down Ice, and they're waiting super patiently here because they would love to get their hands on it. Seb most likely going to fall. It's an amount of damage. They just don't have any more hold. Grab Abed.
Great fight for OG there in the end. The tree did die pretty quick, but I caught the top half of the fight. They ended up hitting ice shards on Crit hiding in the trees. He anticipated where he was going to be, and with that vision, Crit couldn't jump away. He had to jump down. Ice shards trapped him in. They were able to kill him right at the start.
Abed trying to go for this dodge. Thompson's just not afraid at all. Just runs on into the base. There's no buildings in that bottom part, my friend. You might have to redirect your attention. Mail and Seb make their way over to mid. This is looking like they'll be able to get a decent amount of damage, perhaps even take some of these racks.
The fact that they were able to Chronosphere on top of both wolves, especially in BKB, was so big. If they get too much out of it, second racks here would be great.
He's trying very hard to try to push them back. They're going to pull these flights, but there's just too much damage coming out from these three. Rather, too much damage coming out from two, and then, of course, the support of Seb amplifying that.
Racks finishes. Really nice for them. Spider legs now and up, but that'll be great. More movement speed, and he can get away more safely if he is not tethered to his. And that kind of time is what he needs to be survivable against a hero like Ursa. They even unblock the large camp, now knowing that this is our space. We get to control here. But now they get scouted by this wolf as a result. They're going to go in for the fight.
They go for their own smoke play. Crit, though, jumping onto the trees. Abed sliding around. Sumail find the opening. Hit off. Silence over on the side. They'll go turn around on Ice. Poor Arteezy here. He's going to try to chop away over at Thompson. And he's just going to have to run away. He cannot stand toe-to-toe. Abed, though, putting the pressure over on Soxa. Like they should be able to find this kill.
All right. Not bad for EG. They get 2 kills in the end. Once again.
Nice No, the missile.
It's doing so much damage. How do they fit so many rockets in a rocket?
Okay, BKB comes out from Sumail. He's gonna try to man fight crit here. Rest of the team standing nearby. They'll be able to take down the Monkey King. Tossed out by Fly. He's trying to hide over here, trying to use the trees to his advantage. Too much damage out the Essence Ring, too. Will get hit. Toxin joining right back in. Chronosphere comes out. From Sumail. Will be able to hold Ovid into place. Turn around. Seba looking to just get the tether out, but Sumail's doing so much damage to Ice. Even going, they take down the courier, though, on the back lines. Global Science coming again. Gonna try to fight here with Abed. This is not looking good, though, for Sumail. Eventually, he does get slain, and they'll find Seb.
That was so well played by Ice, actually, because it looked rough for Arteezy. Arteezy on the Ursa. He ran in, he starts killing the Io. Io pops Ghost after. He's like, all right, I gotta change targets. Goes for the Gyro. Gyro's running away at pretty good movement speed, and it looked like he wasn't gonna be able to get him. But Ice was microing his wolves to guarantee that the Gyrocopter could not get away. Sumail's dive in here, gets the bash, which guarantees Crit's death, and they're thinking, let's get more. This looks great for us. They're chasing after Fly, of course, with the rocket. And the follow-up looks pretty solid, but here's the moment. Ursa jumps in the back lane, doesn't get hit by Chrono, goes for Seb, Ghost gets used. Now he's like, oh, I gotta go kill Topson. Defusal is used. Watch as Topson's about to start getting away, but look at the wolf blocking. It guarantees that Arteezy gets that kill on the carry. He's able to rejoin the fight and help guarantee that Sumail goes down too. Really nicely done by Ice to micro during the chaos of that fight. He knew what the important hero was, and it was killing Topson.
That opens the door now for EG. They were able to go and procure themselves the Aegis. They put the cheese on Abed. Pretty happy right now. I can't tell you, the swings of net worth in these fights are absolutely insane. Second to go is a 1K lead advantage for OG. Now we're up to 11K on the side of EG. No, we're getting the entertaining match that we were
really
expecting.
And that was, I think, a free shard as well. Looks like it went to Ember Spirit, I'm pretty sure. Since he's one now. Not the most commonly purchased, but if it's free, heck yeah, go for it. It's really nice, especially if you throw it on somebody, because it does damage while it flies. It'll interrupt the link deck. Normally where they see the Remnant coming, they're like, get out! Now you don't have to worry about that.
Residents over the Dire Jungle. Step out.
It's just really difficult fight into Age. Plus the shards. The net worth advantage is even bigger. Topson's got a butterfly now, which is really great to have. Versus going to struggle killing him now for the rest of the game. Monkey King's going to feel useless against him in a lot of cases. So Topson's a scary one. Sumail's not too bad either though, but Scotty, Maelstrom wants to get butterfly, but he's got a lot of time. So great pushing out the side lanes with the sumps, but unfortunately there's a big old black dragon that's going to cut this wave anyways. So what they do have Rax advantage on two lanes, so that's going to give them a lot of space here.
Shenanigans for sure. Continuing to farm up over in the jungle, effectively pinning OG into the base, except for when they have the relocate. Topson, though, taking a glance out. Arteezy running. They've got the defusal. Have to be careful, though. There it is. There's the Chronosphere from Sumail. He was very, very patient. They want to try to burst down the Zephyr Spirit, and it's looked like they're going to be able to do it. They turn right back around again, too, and they'll find the kill. I'll bet they're going right back into the fight. Doesn't want to be left behind. Turn over on the side. They drop the Monkey King ulti, and the 4-step over onto No Tail. We'll be able to buy him just a bit more time. Topson, though, not behind. Over here on the side. He needs the help from Seb. The Seb has the heal, so he's going to be able to keep him alive. No, he's not. As EG just starts charging over at OG. That's hooks step by just a bit more time, but the slide forward, Seb will fall, No Tail will fall too, and Sumail will be forced to run back into his own base, leaving Saksa behind.
They reacted so well to the Chronosphere. Instant ulti from Arteezy.
Oh my goodness. Arteezy just left right onto Sumail. He wants blood. He's hungry. He wants this.
He knows. They can pressure, absolutely. It's hard for Sumail to do anything right now. Only 2v5. Good luck fighting this one. Got everything they want. Refresher Orb on cooldown for Ember, but that buyback from Abed was huge.
Basically they're just going for the finish here.
I mean, they should. There's no buybacks yet. It's a bit of a reveal here.
A bit of a reveal. Might be a bit of an understatement. Look at the damage. Saksa's struck everything up. Snowball. They're going to try to just punch up into the air, but they're just going to get absolutely eradicated. The GG gets called, and Evil Geniuses will take
to game number 2.
Excellent game, I gotta say. EG played this one so well. Once again, laning stage went a bit rough. OG put the pressure on very strongly, but EG just made really strong decisions in their team. It's not easy to play against Chronos, but boy did they do it. They just knew what was coming. They played in the right area, and yeah, Abed did get chronoed and died there, but they just did such a good job targeting. I think MVP, in my opinion, was Arteezy. He pressured constantly. How many times was it like no tail, maybe no tail a little too out of position, but he got killed consistently really early in like 3 or 4 fights in a row. So they didn't get to play around with overgrowth, offsetting Arteezy's advantage, and he just got to like hit those backline heroes, and they couldn't.
Saw that they definitely put the pride